Imagine being completely alone, miles from shore. The ocean beneath you is darker than the night itself. Your strength is fading. Then, something touches your leg. Not teeth, not a wave. Something alive. When rescuers finally arrive, they don't find you alone. They find wild dolphins circling around you. Why would a completely wild animal stay beside a stranger? For thousands of years, sailors have shared stories of dolphins guiding lost travelers, protecting exhausted swimmers, even driving away predators. Most people believe these stories were simply legends, but science has discovered something remarkable. Dolphins are unlike almost any other animal in the sea. Unlike most marine animals, a dolphin almost never lives alone. Every member belongs to a pod, a family built on trust, communication, and cooperation. Young dolphins spend years learning from older adults. They don't simply inherit survival, they are taught. Every hunt, every danger, every new experience becomes a lesson shared throughout the group. For dolphins, intelligence isn't just about thinking, it's about living together. One discovery completely changed how scientists viewed dolphin minds. When researchers placed mirrors in front of dolphins, something unexpected happened. Instead of treating the reflection like another animal, many dolphins appeared to inspect themselves, turning, tilting, looking closely at parts of their own bodies. This rare ability, known as self-recognition, has been observed in only a small number of species. It suggests a level of awareness once thought to belong almost exclusively to humans and great apes. Every dolphin begins life with a race against time. Unlike fish, a newborn cannot breathe underwater. Within moments of birth, its mother carefully guides it toward the surface, helping it take its very first breath. That simple act, repeated countless times over millions of years, may be one of the strongest instincts in dolphin psychology. Helping another breathe means helping another survive. Marine biologists have witnessed something remarkable. When a dolphin becomes injured or exhausted, it is rarely abandoned. Instead, healthy members of the pod move beneath it, lifting it toward the surface, again and again, allowing it to breathe. Sometimes several dolphins take turns, working together with extraordinary patience. No rewards, no commands, only cooperation, a behavior that has fascinated scientists for decades. Now imagine that same instinct meeting something completely unfamiliar. Not another dolphin, not a whale, a human, far from shore, fighting to stay above the surface. From a distance, a drowning swimmer doesn't look like a person. To a dolphin, it may simply appear as a living creature desperately trying to breathe. And sometimes, that is enough to change everything. Around the world, there have been remarkable reports of dolphins surrounding struggling swimmers. Some witnesses describe gentle nudges. Others remember the animals staying unusually close, refusing to leave, until help finally arrived. Scientists cannot say exactly what the dolphins were thinking, but one detail appears again and again. Instead of swimming away, they stayed. Why? That question still has no complete answer. One possible explanation begins with a trait dolphins are famous for: curiosity. Young dolphins investigate drifting seaweed, floating logs, even bubbles. Adults often approach unfamiliar boats, not out of fear, but because exploring the unknown is part of their nature. A human in the water may simply become another mystery worth investigating. But dolphins don't rely only on what they see. They navigate the ocean using echolocation. Each click they produce travels through the water, bouncing back with extraordinary detail. To a dolphin, the ocean is filled with invisible information: movement, distance, shape, even the rhythm of another animal's motion. A struggling swimmer would create a pattern unlike almost anything else. Perhaps that unusual signal is what first captures a dolphin's attention. Whenever dolphins and sharks appear in the same story, people usually reach one conclusion: the dolphins came to protect the human. It's an unforgettable image. A frightened swimmer, a circling pod, a predator somewhere beyond them. But scientists urge us to be careful. Nature rarely follows the simple stories we like to tell. Sometimes, what looks like a rescue may actually be something very different. When danger appears, dolphins don't panic. They organize. Adults instinctively move toward the outside of the group, while calves remain protected near the center. It is a strategy refined over millions of years, not for humans, but for family. Every movement is coordinated. Every position has a purpose. Together, the pod becomes far stronger than any single dolphin could ever be alone. Contrary to popular belief, dolphins are not defenseless. An adult bottlenose dolphin is fast, exceptionally agile, and astonishingly powerful. When a shark threatens the pod, several dolphins may rush toward it together, using speed, coordination, and powerful strikes with their sturdy snouts. They aren't hunting the shark. They're sending a message: leave. And surprisingly, that message often works. Now imagine, a human accidentally ends up inside that defensive circle. From our perspective, it feels like protection, but from the dolphin's perspective, they may simply be doing what they've always done, keeping every vulnerable body inside the safest place they know. Were they rescuing the swimmer or protecting their own pod? While the human happened to be nearby, no one can say for certain. And perhaps that uncertainty is what makes these encounters so unforgettable.
Long before humans gave names to one another, dolphins had already developed something surprisingly similar. Researchers have discovered that each bottlenose dolphin produces a unique signature whistle, a sound so distinctive that it functions almost like an individual name. Even more remarkable, other dolphins can remember and imitate that whistle years later. In a constantly changing ocean, recognizing individuals isn't just useful, it's essential for survival. Dolphin calves don't simply inherit survival skills. They learn them day after day. Their mothers demonstrate how to hunt, how to avoid danger, and how to communicate with the rest of the pod. Learning takes years. Mistakes are expected. Patience is essential. This long childhood is one reason dolphins develop such flexible and intelligent behavior. Knowledge is passed from one generation to the next. One of the biggest discoveries in modern animal psychology is that dolphins are not all alike. Some are bold, quick to investigate anything unfamiliar. Others remain cautious, watching from a distance before making a move. Just like people, every dolphin has its own temperament, its own experiences, its own way of responding to the world, which means not every dolphin would react the same way to a struggling swimmer. Perhaps that's why these extraordinary encounters are so difficult to explain. A curious dolphin may approach, a cautious one may quietly swim away, another may simply observe from a distance. None of these choices are right or wrong. They're individual decisions, made by an intelligent animal responding to a unique moment. The more scientists study dolphin behavior, the clearer one truth becomes. Every encounter tells a different story. After decades of research, scientists have mapped dolphin brains, studied their communication, recorded thousands of hours of behavior. Yet one question remains unanswered. What is a dolphin actually thinking when it approaches a human? That answer may remain hidden beneath the surface forever, because behavior can be observed, but thoughts cannot. Perhaps we've been asking the wrong question all along. Instead of asking, why do dolphins rescue humans? Maybe we should ask, how does a dolphin experience the world? It doesn't rely on words or photographs or maps. It experiences life through sound, movement, and relationships. its reality is profoundly different from ours. And that's exactly why its choices can seem so mysterious. Whether a dolphin approaches out of curiosity, a deeply rooted caregiving instinct, or a motivation we haven't yet discovered, one thing is beyond debate. They remind us that intelligence is not uniquely human. Across the oceans, another species forms lifelong friendships, raises its young with patience, communicates through complex signals, and navigates a world we are only beginning to understand. The more we learn about dolphins, the more humble we become. The ocean has always kept its greatest secrets, hidden beneath the waves, and perhaps that's exactly where some mysteries belong. The next time you see a dolphin, remember, you aren't just looking at another animal. You're looking at a mind, one that evolved along a completely different path, yet somehow can still leave us feeling connected. Maybe the greatest wonder isn't that dolphins sometimes appear to help humans. Maybe it's that two very different species can meet for a single moment and remind each other that the natural world is far more complex than we ever imagined. Now we'd love to hear from you. If you found yourself alone in the open ocean and a wild dolphin swam toward you, would you see it as a rescue, a coincidence, or simply curiosity? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And until our next journey into the hidden minds of the animal kingdom, keep looking a little closer, because nature is always telling a story if we're willing to listen.